Hello Photo Summit fans, today's video is going to be all about macro. My assistant here, Lego Man, is going to be helping me out with a lot of this and showing off a couple things. This video is going to be quite a few parts. Just really want to show off two different lenses. As far as right now, we are using the Canon T3i with the standard 18-55 kit lens. I just really want to show people the difference between having a standard kit lens and one of these, which is Tamron's 60mm macro lens. So a lot of people have been asking questions about macro, and I really want to show the difference between having just a standard lens and what a macro lens can really do. Obviously we'll be showing it through video, but hey, you know, it's the only way really people can notice it. So anyway, I'm going to take Lego Man out, and I also want to show you the couple of different lighting kits we're going to be using, or kind of, I guess, macro lighting. See here, this is my kind of favorite, I guess. You attach this to the hot shoe, and then this goes in front of your lens, and then you turn it on for your extra macro lighting. The good thing is that it doesn't have to be on the lens. You can actually move it around and do things like that. The other lighting we're going to be using is this one here, which is our new macro light, which only mounts onto the front of the lens with the use of an adapter ring. Yay! So just want to show you, so each take I'm going to be using one light and then the other light, showing off the differences of the macro. Alright, hold on for part 2. Okay, Photo Summit fans, welcome to part 2. As we can see, my assistant Lego Man is here again. And today we'd like to show off the kind of differences, I guess, that what we can do as far as seeing the different I guess macro. See how much detail we can get. As obviously we're getting some detail on his hat here. So this is using the standard 18-55 lens, and like I said, this is using the first of the macro lights, which is the Sun Pack macro light. So obviously we can move our lighting situation. So if you want to get lighting from above, lighting from up front, lighting from the sides, we can do all that. We could even dim it a little bit too if we want, or just turn it off. So let's see what our lighting is turning it off. Not too bad still. Okay, and now for part 3, I'm going to use the other macro light. Okay, Photo Summit fans, here we are at part 3. Using, you can see our camera is a little dusty. We could really get inside and get a lot of detail now. We can see the kind of texture he has on his legs, texture that's on here on the bottom, and we can almost see scratches here. Let's see our camera and helmet. You can see all of the nice gizmos and whatnot. We have a happy view of his shirt and a good happy view of what his face looks like. But the amount more detail that we're getting this time around is definitely much better. But just in case you don't believe me, we will go for a fourth video. Alright, stay tuned. Okay, once again, now we have the funny pages, and our good friend Charlie Brown is going to help us see. Look at the texture. This is still using the macro lens. And you can see the texture of the newspaper itself. We can see every line, we can see every fault. As we saw here before, we could even have a great perfect view of what the website is there. I'm going to move around and get the text. Every little brush stroke we can see, every little dot. Silly Charlie Brown. But I mean, really, you could see every single little dot of color that's in here. Now obviously through a microscope we could get this even better, but we're not quite there yet. Alright, and now I'm going to show it with the 18-55. Okay, this time again we're going to use the Charlie Brown funny pages. You notice I'm not quite as zoomed in as I can. This is because I actually have to maintain myself a little bit farther away, which means I'm not going to get as much detail having the lens and camera so much farther away. But here we can see the same exact frame that I was looking at last time. I mean, yeah, it's a decent little shot of what's going on here, but still really not as much of quality and really not much detail as we had before. Here it's a little bit better, but still not quite doing the job that the macro lens is going to do. So now we are going to do it on actual flowers. So let's see really what the difference is going to be. Okay, here we are, we're outdoors. I am presently sitting inside of a bed here, getting some good video. And I'm going to switch to manual. So this is about as good as where it's gonna get here. Really not gonna be able to get too far into the flower, but still does pretty well. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Try and get as close as we can. Okay, not too bad. Alright. Now let's try with the macro lens. Okay, so this time around, now we're using the macro lens. And we are gonna get into this flower right here. Okay. And look how much detail. We're getting all the way down to the back of the stamen there. Gonna see the pollen. I can really get some good detail of what's on the inside of this flower. Back up a little bit. And look at that. The differences here. I mean, we could see the wood. Get really into the grain of that wood there. Let's check out our other plant. We can really see a difference. Apologize for the manual focusing, but let's face it, if you're doing macro photography, that's exactly what you should be doing, is manually focusing. Alright, I think that should prove our point. Thanks a lot. From the Photo Summit.